That feeling of your mind going blank when you try to speak English. It's not because you aren't smart enough. It's because you've been learning all wrong. For the 15 powerful lessons that will finally change your English journey, and for more content that truly understands your struggles, make sure you subscribe and turn on all notifications so you never miss a video that could change everything. Let's be honest with each other. You have tried so hard. You have watched hundreds of videos, read books, downloaded grammar apps on your phone. Maybe you even joined an online class feeling hopeful. And still, when it is your turn to speak, that moment comes, and your mind goes blank. It just feels empty. You feel a little stupid. You feel like everyone else is moving forward, getting better, and you are stuck in the same place. You might even wonder, am I just not smart enough for this? But please listen to me. Listen very closely. You are not the problem, the way you have been learning. That is the problem. You do not need more random lessons, more lists of words. You need a real strategy. You need a shift in your mindset and a reason, a deep reason, to never ever quit. You need to stop learning English like it is a school subject, and you need to start living it like it is a language. Let's start with the first lesson. 1. Consume everything in English. Change your input, change your life. Let me ask you a question. What language are you feeding your brain every day? Think about it. Because what you consume, what you listen to and read, that becomes your reality. If you are learning English for 1 hour a day, but you are spending the other 23 hours living in your native language, what do you think will happen? Your brain stays in its comfortable native world. So here is the simple truth. If you want to think in English, if you want to speak without translating every word in your head, you have to surround yourself with English. You have to immerse yourself in it like your life depends on it. Watch your favorite shows in English. Change your phone's language setting to English. Read the subtitles of a movie in English. Talk to yourself in English while you are making coffee. Even try to think in English when you are brushing your teeth. This is called immersion, and it is the most natural way to learn. It is how children learn their first language. They do not sit down and memorize grammar rules. They just live inside the language. They hear it, they feel it, they absorb it. Let me give you an example. I knew a guy named Rafael from Spain. He told me he was terrible at English. He could not hold a simple conversation and felt very shy. One day, he made a decision. He said, "No more Spanish for a while." He changed his environment completely. He started watching Netflix shows, but only in English. He followed English-speaking creators on social media. Every night before bed, he wrote a few sentences in a journal in English. Just 6 months later, he gave a full presentation at his job in English. He had no script, and he had no fear. Why? It was because his brain started to treat English as his new reality, not just another subject he had to study. The more English you hear, see, read, and feel every single day, the faster fluency becomes natural for you. And no, it does not have to be boring. Watch funny comedy clips, watch cooking videos, and learn the names of ingredients. Listen to emotional speeches that inspire you. Read the lyrics to your favorite songs. Read tweets from people you find interesting. If it is in English, it is fuel for your fluency. 2. Make the learning fun. There are thousands of ways. Find yours. Here is another simple truth. If you are bored, you are probably doing it wrong. Learning English should not feel like punishment, like school detention. It should feel like play. It should feel like discovery. It should be something you actually look forward to doing. You do not have to follow one single method. You have to find your method. Some people love watching movies and then trying to copy to mimic the actors' voices. Some people love writing short poems in English. Some people use colorful flashcards. Some people talk to their dog in English. Some people write fake love letters. Some people make short videos of themselves talking. There is no single right way. There is only your way. Imagine trying to learn a language like you are forcing yourself to swallow a bitter pill every single day. Would you enjoy it? Would you stay consistent? Of course not. That is the mistake that so many learners make. They choose the hardest, driest, most boring method they can find, and then they blame themselves when they give up. But what if learning English did not feel like learning at all? What if you could wake up in the morning and feel excited to listen, to watch, to speak, and to read in English without feeling like you are studying? That is possible. Because English is not just a language. It is music. It is fashion. It is video games. It is books. It is podcasts. It is famous movie quotes, funny memes, Instagram reels and food recipes. It is football interviews, travel vlogs, makeup tutorials, and stand-up comedy. It is literally everywhere. And when you choose to learn with what you love, English becomes your friend, not your fear. Do you love music? Listen to your favorite songs in English. Find the lyrics online and read them. Sing them out loud and feel the emotion in the words. Do you love movies? Watch your favorite type of movie in English. Start with subtitles on, and then when you feel brave, remove them. Do you love fashion? Watch shopping haul videos in English. Learn interesting words like sleeves, denim, crop, top, and aesthetic. Do you love football? Follow interviews with players and listen to the commentaries. Do you love cooking? Follow recipes in English, listen to cooking tips, and write down your shopping list of ingredients in English. Whatever makes your heart beat a little faster, use it. Because when your learning is fun, your brain does not resist it. You do not get bored. You do not need to force yourself to practice. You actually look forward to it. And here is the best part: when you fall in love with the process of learning, you stop chasing the results. And when you stop chasing the results come to you. So stop asking, what is the best way to learn English? And start asking, what is the best way for me to learn English? That is how you win. Don't wait for some perfect method. Choose what excites you, and then turn that into your classroom. 3. Speak with natives and ask for feedback. Do not hide from the fire. Walk right into it. Now let's get real for a moment. You will never ever become fluent in English if you do not open your mouth and speak. Watching videos is great. Reading is very important. But real growth, the kind of growth you can feel, happens when you start speaking, especially when you speak with native speakers. Yes, I know. It is scary. Yes, you will make mistakes. Yes, you will probably feel embarrassed sometimes. But let me ask you this. Do you want to sound perfect? Or do you want to be free? Native speakers are not looking for your perfection. They are looking for connection. They just want to understand you. There was a young man in Thailand named Max. He joined an online language exchange program. His very first call with a native speaker was a disaster. He told me he just froze. He completely forgot the words he knew. But he kept going. Every week, he would talk to someone new. And at the end of each conversation, he would ask, "Could you give me some feedback?" What sounded natural? What did not? After about 5 months, his confidence just exploded. Why? Because he stopped hiding from his fear. He started treating every single mistake not as a failure, but as a teacher. Speaking with a native speaker helps you understand the natural rhythm of the language, the correct pronunciation, The real-life words that people actually use, not the strange words from a textbook. And feedback. Feedback is like your mirror. Without it, you are just guessing if you are improving. With it, you are growing. So find a language exchange partner online. Join an English-speaking group on an app like Discord. Comment on videos and try to start a conversation. If you live in a city with tourists, try talking to them. And when they correct you, smile and say, "Thank you." Because every correction is a gift. You do not need to be perfect. You just need to be brave. 4. Discipline. You have to practice every single day, even when you do not feel like it. Let me be brutally honest with you, because it is important. Motivation will not take you all the way to fluency. Discipline will. Motivation is just a feeling. It comes and it goes. It is strong one day and weak the next. But discipline, that is a decision. That is a promise you make to yourself. There will be days when you feel lazy. There will be days when your brain says, "Just skip it today. Just one day won't matter." And those days, those are the most important days of all. Because what you do when you do not feel like it is what separates the fluent speakers from the frustrated learners. Imagine a guitar that is never played. It just sits in a corner. It collects dust. Its strings are tight cold and stiff. Now imagine another guitar, one that is used every single day. It is smooth. It responds easily. It sings. Your mouth is your instrument. Your English is your music. If you do not play it daily, it will not play for you when you need it most. Even just 20 minutes a day is powerful. But it must be every day. Think of it like brushing your teeth. You do not say to yourself, "Well, I brushed them yesterday, so I can skip today." No, of course not. You do it because it is a normal, essential part of your life. Discipline builds habits, and habits create fluency. So make this promise to yourself right now. No matter how tired I am, no matter how busy or distracted I am, I will show up for my English. Even if it is just reading one short paragraph, even if it is just watching 5 minutes of a podcast, even if it is just reading one single sentence. Because fluency does not come from one big effort one time. It comes from small efforts repeated endlessly. 5. Create a system. Do you have a system, or are you just trying? Trying is a vague word. A system is clear. When exactly will you study? Where will you practice? What specifically will you focus on today? If you do not have clear answers to these questions, you do not have a system. Let's make this real. Imagine you want to grow a beautiful garden. You have the seeds, and you have good soil. But if you only water the plants whenever you feel like it, what happens? They die. But what if you have a system? What if you water them every morning at 7:00 a.m.? You make sure they get sunlight, and you check on their health every Sunday. What happens then? They grow. They become strong and beautiful. Your English is your garden, and your system is the water, the light, and the care that it needs to grow. So here is a small but powerful system you can start tomorrow. Wake up 30 minutes earlier than you usually do, not to scroll on Instagram, not to reply to emails, but to feed your fluency. In those 30 minutes, you can do one of these things. Read something interesting in English. Write a mini journal about your thoughts, shadow a short video, and copy the speaker. Record yourself talking about your day, or review 5 new words and use them in a sentence. Then do this daily. Same time, same place, same effort. And here is something most people miss: track your growth. Get a notebook. Write the date. Write what you learned. Even write down your mistakes. That notebook becomes your system, and that system becomes your success. Do not just rely on your willpower. Build a structure. Because when your day gets chaotic and busy, your system will save you. Sipam. Do not compare yourself with other learners. This is your journey. Let me ask you something. Have you ever seen someone speaking English fluently and thought to yourself, "Wow, I will never be that good. I am so far behind. What is wrong with me?" If you have ever felt that, then please listen closely. Comparison is the killer of joy. You are not here to be better than someone else. You are here to be better than the person you were yesterday. Look, every learner has a different story, a different background. Some people have parents who speak English. Some studied in international schools. Some live in the US or the UK. Some people started learning when they were 8 years old. You started when you could, and that is enough. That is your story. Imagine you and 5 other people are all hiking up a big mountain. Some people in the group are fast. Some are slow. Some need to rest often. Some can almost run up the mountain. But guess what? The view from the top is the same for everyone. So stop looking at their speed. Focus on your own steps. Focus on your own breath. Because when you compare, you either feel small and sad, or you feel superior and proud. Both of those feelings are distractions from your own journey. Instead, look at your own progress. Can you say something today that you could not say last month? Can you understand a podcast now that once felt impossible to understand? Did you write your very first paragraph in English? That is growth. And your growth is personal. Celebrate your small wins. Learn from your mistakes. Stay in your own lane. You are not late. You are not behind. You are right where you need to be, learning, growing, and evolving. And one day, I promise, someone will look at you and say, "Wow, I wish I could speak English like that." 7. Listen before you speak. Input builds output. Here is a mistake that many learners make. They want to speak English fluently, but they do not spend enough time listening. Speaking is not magic. Speaking is a reflection of what you have heard over and over again. Think about babies. Babies do not speak for the first year of their life, or even longer. They do not read grammar books. They do not repeat vocabulary lists. They just listen every single day. They listen to the tone of their mother's voice, to the rhythm of a conversation, to the way questions rise up at the end and answers fall. They listen, and their brain begins to map the language. Then one day they speak, and it sounds natural. You have to do the same thing. Listen like your life depends on it. But not just any kind of listening. I mean conscious listening. When you watch a video, do not just hear the words. Notice them. How do they start their sentences? What words do they stress or emphasize? Where do they pause for a moment? How do they say no in a polite way? What phrases do they repeat often? You are not just learning vocabulary. You are learning the music of the language. Here is a powerful trick you can use. It is called shadowing. Play one sentence from an audio or video. Pause it. Then repeat that sentence out loud exactly like the speaker. Try to copy their tone, their speed, their emotion. Do this every day, and soon your brain will absorb not just the words, but the natural flow of English. Also listen to real people, not just textbook recordings. Listen to interviews, podcasts, street conversations, and vlogs, because real English lives in real voices. Speaking comes from listening. So if your words feel stuck, maybe your ears are hungry. Feed your ears first, and then let your mouth follow. 8. Do not operate English. Let it flow naturally. Let's start with a simple truth. You do not operate English. You feel it. You live it. You flow with it. But many learners treat English like a robot. They translate word by word from their native language. They try to build sentences like it is a math problem. They stop, think, fix a word, translate again. This is what I call operating English. You are not really speaking, you are assembling. And that is exhausting. It makes you feel slow. It makes you feel nervous. It makes you feel like something is wrong with you. So let's change that. Think of a dancer. A real dancer does not count every single move. They do not think, 1, 2, 3, left foot, right foot, turn, pause. No. They feel the beat of the music. They feel the rhythm, the energy. They just dance. English is like that. It is not about building a sentence from your native language and then pushing it into English. It is about learning how English itself feels, how it sounds, how it lives. Let me give you a fresh and easy practice. Start with chunks, not individual words. A chunk is a group of words that always go together. For example, do not just memorize the words go, to. The gu shita market. Instead, learn the whole chunk as a feeling, I'm going to the market. Say it 10 times. Feel the rhythm of it. Do not translate it. Just accept it like a line from a song. Now add some emotion. Say, I'm going to the market, in a happy voice. Say, I'm going to the market. In an annoyed voice. Say, I'm going to the market, in a bored voice. This is how you stop operating English and you start owning it. Because real fluency does not happen only in your brain. It happens in your mouth, in your ears, and in your gut. So forget about getting every single word right. Start focusing on getting the feeling right. The more you practice like this, the faster your English will become natural. Not perfect, but flowing. And flowing English feels amazing. 9. Find a book you love. Fall into the story, not the vocabulary. Reading is not just a study tool. Reading is a door. It is a door that takes you inside a new world, a world where English lives and breathes and speaks to you. But here is the mistake that so many people make. They pick boring books. They choose textbooks, grammar books, or articles that they do not really care about. Then they wonder why they hate reading. Let me tell you something powerful. If you do not love what you are reading, you will never keep reading. Imagine a book is like a movie playing in your mind. Now ask yourself, would you sit through a 2-hour movie about grammar rules and verb tenses? No. You would probably turn it off in 10 minutes. But what if the book is about a girl falling in love in Paris? Or a murder mystery in a small, quiet town? Or a fantasy world with dragons and secrets? Or a family drama that makes you cry? That is not just reading. That is living inside the English language. For example, I once knew a man who told me he hated English, but he loved food. He loved to cook. He started reading a cooking novel called The School of Essential Ingredients. The book did not try to teach him English. It just told beautiful stories about life, food, and people. And because he loved the story, he kept reading. And without even trying, his English improved more than it ever had before. So go to a bookstore or a library. Find a story that pulls you in. Do not worry about understanding every single word. Just follow the feeling. Follow the characters and fall in love with the world inside the book. 10. Set clear, specific goals. Many learners say, I want to be fluent. But what does that really mean? Do you want to speak confidently in job interviews? Do you want to talk to tourists in your city? Do you want to watch Netflix without subtitles? Do you want to write professional emails at work? Fluency without clarity is like driving a car without a destination. You are just moving, but you do not know where you are going. So let's break it down into two groups. If you are a beginner, do not just say, "I want to be fluent." Instead, say something like this: "This month I want to introduce myself without feeling fear." Or, "This week I want to be able to talk about my daily routine for 2 minutes." Or, "Today I want to understand 5 minutes of a video without subtitles." Set goals that are simple short-term and easy to measure. Then track them. For example, Week 1, learn 10 phrases related to food. Week 2, practice introducing yourself 5 times. Week 3, watch 1 episode of a cartoon and write down what you understood. Every small win builds your confidence. If you are an intermediate or advanced learner, your goals need to be more specific and focused on skills. Not just improve my speaking, but record 3 one-minute voice notes this week. Not just talk more, but join 2 online conversations this month. Not just read more, but finish 1 novel this month and talk about it with someone in English. You can also work on your style and confidence. You can practice storytelling. You can learn how to use idioms naturally. You can work on improving your voice and your tone. And most importantly, set a deadline. A goal without a date is just a dream. So do not just say, "I want to be better." Say, "In 3 months, I will be able to give a 5-minute speech about my job in English." Then break that big goal down into smaller steps. Make a plan. Take action. Because clear goals give you focus, and focus turns into real progress. 12. Train your mouth. Your brain understands English, but your mouth needs practice. Understanding English is very different from speaking English. So many learners tell me, "I can understand movies. I can read English articles. I understand YouTube videos." But when they try to speak, nothing comes out. They pause. They forget simple words. They feel nervous. Why does this happen? It happens because speaking is like using a new muscle in your body. You understand English in your mind, but your mouth, your tongue, and your lips need physical training. It is like this. Imagine you watch cooking shows all day long. You learn all the recipes. You know all the steps. But when you actually go into the kitchen and try to cook, you burn the food. Why? Because watching is not the same as doing. Speaking needs action. It needs practice mouth movement and sound. So how can you train your mouth? Step 1 is shadowing. I mentioned this before, but it is so important. Listen to a short English audio clip, maybe from a movie or a speech. Pause after each sentence. Now repeat that sentence out loud. Try to copy the speaker's voice, their speed, and their emotion. Do it many times. Not just once or twice. Maybe 10 or 20 times. Your goal is not to be perfect. Your goal is to train your tongue to move comfortably with the sounds of English. Step 2 is practicing with fast sentences. Pick short, tricky sentences. Say them slowly at first, then a little faster each time. For example, "Would you do what you said you would do?" Or, "I didn't mean to do it, but I did it anyway." Record your voice on your phone and listen back. Smile at your progress. Step 3 is to talk to yourself. Yes, this really works. Speak to yourself in English throughout your day, describing what you are doing. "I am brushing my hair now. I am making my lunch. Where is my bag? Oh, it's here." This simple habit connects your brain and your mouth. After a while, your mouth will feel more natural when you speak English, and your confidence will grow so much. If you train your mouth, speaking English becomes easy. Not perfect, but real natural and confident. 13. Learn culture, not just language. Feel the real meaning behind the words. Learning English is not only about grammar and vocabulary. It is also about understanding the culture, the way people think, the way they feel, and the way they talk to each other. You can say a sentence perfectly with perfect grammar, but still sound strange or even rude if you do not understand the culture behind the words. Let me give you a few examples. In English, someone might say to you, "Let's catch up sometime." That does not always mean they actually want to make a plan to meet you. Sometimes it is just a polite and friendly way to say goodbye. In many cultures, people speak very politely and indirectly, but in many English-speaking places, people are often more direct. They say exactly what they think. For example, a colleague might say, "I don't agree with that idea." In some cultures, this might sound rude, but in English, it is often just seen as normal and honest communication. So how can you learn the culture? 1. Watch real conversations, not just movies or lessons. Watch interviews, podcasts, or behind-the-scenes videos. Look at how people laugh together, how they joke, how they argue, how they say sorry, and how they say thank you. 2. Read comments online. Check the comments on YouTube videos, on websites like Reddit, or on product reviews. You will see real jokes, real emotions, and real everyday English. It is horrible, but it is real. 3. Observe without judgment. Some things you see may be very different from your own culture. That is okay. You do not need to copy everything. The goal is simply to understand it. Because when you understand the culture, you speak the language better. Language is not just words. It is feeling. It is attitude. It is connection. If you learn the culture, you learn the soul of English. 14. Build your English identity. Become a confident new you. This is something that very few people talk about, but it is incredibly powerful. You have your own personality in your native language, right? In your own language, maybe you feel funny or confident or relaxed. But when you speak English, maybe you feel quiet or shy or unsure of yourself. That is completely normal. Why? It is because you have not built your English identity yet. Fluent speakers do not just know a lot of words. They know who they are when they speak English. So here is an idea for you to try. Create your English personality. Imagine this version of you. What is their name, or maybe just a nickname? Are they confident? Do they make jokes? Try this. And next time you have to speak English, do not just speak as your usual self. Speak as your English version. Maybe your English self is called Emma or Jay. Maybe that person thinks to themselves, "It is okay if I make mistakes. I speak with courage." Your new identity gives you power, and that power builds fluency. Do not wait until you become fluent to feel confident. Decide to become confident first, and fluency will follow. 15. Be patient. English takes time, but it will change your life. Today, everyone wants fast results. We want fast food, fast internet, and fast learning. But learning a language is not fast. Some people ask, "Can I speak English fluently in 30 days?" The honest answer is no. But can you speak English beautifully in 1 year if you work on it every single day? Yes. A big, big yes. Fluency is not like a flash of lightning. It is like planting a tree. At first, you water it every day, but you do not see anything happening on the surface. You might think, nothing is happening. It's not working. But deep down under the soil, the roots are growing stronger every day. Then, one day, boom. A little plant comes out of the ground. And with time, it grows. It gives fruit. It gives shade. People look at it and say, Wow, that grew so fast. But only you know the truth. It took time. It took love. It took patience. So please be patient with your accent. Be patient with your mistakes. Be patient with your fear. Be patient with your slow days. And now, if you are still here, still watching and listening, I want to tell you something from my heart. You are doing an amazing job. Yes, you. The fact that you are here, that you are learning, that you are listening and staying until the very end, it says one very important thing about you. You are serious about changing your life. And I know that English can be hard. Some days feel very slow. Some days you feel stuck. Some days you wonder, will I ever become fluent? But let me tell you, you have already started. And that is the most powerful step of all. Every new word you learn, every sentence you try to say, every video like this that you complete, you are growing. Even if it feels slow, you are not the same person you were yesterday. You are becoming stronger, smarter, and more confident with every passing day. And one day, you will look back on this time and you will smile. You will say to yourself, yes, I did it. I did not give up. So promise me something today. Do not stop. Do not quit. Do not ever tell yourself that it is too late. You are learning a language that can open doors for you, that can build friendships, that can change your career, and that can connect you to the entire world. And that is not a small thing. That is powerful. And if you want more English learning like this, and if you want English content that is fun, easy to understand, and helps you improve every single day, then please do not forget to subscribe to our channel. We are not just here to teach. We are here to grow with you. We are here to make your English learning journey beautiful, powerful, and personal. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being part of this journey. And always remember, you can, you will, and we are here with you.